Hello everybody, my name is Puja Gomes and I'm going to represent Baripur Diocese, West Bengal. I'm going to speak about Eve. Women play a very important role in Catholicism. If we turn the pages of history, we will come across many outstanding women personalities, and one among them is Eve. Eve was the first woman on earth created by God as a companion for the first man on earth, Adam. Eve was not born, she was created out of Adam. Having existed in God's thought, she appeared upon the earth. Eve was the first woman to live upon the earth, and therefore she is said to be the woman of unique distinction because she is distinct from so many ways. There are so many goods as first added before her name as a credit. Eve appeared as a complete, perfect woman. She was never a child, nor a maiden or a daughter. So this adds to her uniqueness. Centuries after centuries, women have appeared for their looks, for their beauty. But there was no artificial beauty added to Eve because the divine God created her with unique perfection and the natural beauty itself was overflowing in her. Well, in the Bible, there's nowhere mentioned about the beauty and the description about her beauty. But it is said when Adam first saw Eve, it gave voice to Earth's first poem, quote unquote, "This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." Well, we all know Eve was born without sin. But on the other hand, Eve was the first woman on earth to invite sin. Eve was the first mother as well, whose son was the first murderer. We all know the story of Cain and Abel, one brother killing the other out of jealousy. Lastly, I would like to end by talking about the death of Eve. I would like to categorize it under three categories. Firstly, the spiritual death, separation of Eve from the Almighty God because of disobedience. Secondly, the physical death. Because Eve was tempted by Satan, so she was abandoned from the Garden of Eden and thrown away forever. And then God punished her by saying, "Out of dust you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return." Lastly, it is the interpretation of others, of other people, by saying that after they were abandoned from the Garden of Eden, they did not die immediately, but eventually they ended their life like all other human beings on earth. And it's mentioned in Genesis chapter 5, verse 5. Although Adam lived for 930 years and then he died, so people assume, like Adam, Eve lived for a long time and then she ended her life in a natural death. Thank you.